Hey nerds, welcome to Jared Bear Reacts. As promised, with Season 7, Episode 1 being tomorrow, July 18th at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Season 7 premiere of The 100 entitled From the Ashes. With that being tomorrow, since we are entering the last season of The 100, we are going to talk about the next show and what we're going to watch. And the reason I'm making this video kind of rushed is because, well, the poll went up, and the poll was not supposed to be up yet. It wasn't supposed to be up until later today, so I got to hurry up and make this. Put the poll everywhere else it needs to be. I'll still do it on the Instagram story. It's on Twitter. It's in the pinned tweets. It's in both Discords. It's on Patreon. It's on YouTube. It already has 750 votes. I'm like, why am I getting so many notifications? And I was like, oh, all right. I scheduled that a lot earlier than I should have. So let's talk about what we're going to watch once we wrap up the 100 in just a couple of weeks. Now, I have 5 shows for you guys to vote between. You've already seen them on the poll. A couple of these were picked simply because they had the most votes, because last week I asked you all to give me one show you would like to see on the reaction channel, and there's so many people that did numerous shows. I think somebody put like 20 plus shows, which I love. It was just super entertaining, so I appreciate you guys. The video that got the most, or the show that got the most recommendations may shock you. So I'm going to go through this list of the shows we can vote for, right? Lucifer was always going to be on this list. Vikings was always going to be on this list. The other 3 had a ton of votes, so I kind of looked through everybody's recommendations. Once I hit 50 for a certain show, I kind of stopped. 2 shows were neck and neck at 47 apiece, and then 3 more recommendations came in right after, and I was like, well, that's the show. So Orphan Black got a lot of recommendations, and I put this on here because not a lot of people react to it. Apparently there's a bunch of twists and turns in it, and it sounds interesting. So I added Orphan Black to the list along with Lucifer and Vikings. Stranger Things had some of the first recommendations. They got to 47 pretty quickly. And then the show that got the most recommendations was Shadowhunters. So I went until there was 50 recommendations, and then since then there's been way more. So I kept reading through, and even still, the 3 shows that get the most recommendations, Lucifer gets a ton as well, is Stranger Things, Supernatural, and Shadowhunters. Shadowhunters still has almost the most recommendations for the whole thing. Next would probably be Stranger Things. Wild that Shadowhunters, it's not doing good in the voting right now, but for the recommendation part of it, I was like, I don't know what's happening. So our 5 shows that we can vote between is Lucifer, that has 93 episodes. Orphan Black has 50 episodes. Shadowhunters has 55 episodes. Stranger Things has 35 plus episodes because the show won't wrap up until 2 years from now. And then Vikings has 93 episodes. Right now, Stranger Things is kind of dominating the voting, which is cool. We'll see how it wraps up. This thing's going to last for a full week. We'll give time for everybody to see it. I want to watch all of these shows. I'm not going to put anything on the list I don't want to watch. Legacies also got a bunch of votes as well. Not enough to make it to the list. Legacies could potentially happen down the road. But the big thing is Supernatural. Before I wrap up this video, Supernatural has a fuck ton of recommendations. I get a bunch of DMs to watch Supernatural. I get a bunch of comments on almost every video to watch Supernatural and to go back to watching the tributes. Supernatural has 327 episodes, which isn't bad, right? It's a full year's worth of episodes, a year plus. I'm not hesitant about that, but it is such a long show. We have 5.5 months left in this year, basically. I want to watch some other things first. So I'm not saying Supernatural will be in the next poll, but it may be in the one after that. So if you are that Supernatural stan, the Supernatural mark, if you are the person waiting to see the show, patience. Hopefully, maybe the start of next year or sometime next year we can get into it. I do really want to watch it. But I also did just do some tribute reaction recordings. They'll be out in August. So I'm going to wait because, again, all those videos are mush in my brain, and I wait for those to kind of clear out. I remember fucking nothing from the 100 at all. I remember nothing during the Vampire Diaries. So I'm going to wait, clean palette, and then maybe next year we can get into it. So if you are waiting for Supernatural, patience. But, again, the 5 shows we can vote between is Lucifer, Orphan Black, Shadowhunters, Stranger Things, and Vikings. Feel free to comment here. As well with commenting, there's also a poll on YouTube. Go to my channel, click on the community tab, the community page itself, and there's a bunch of posts I make there when things get delayed, pushed back, that are still blocked by YouTube, and the polls. They are live there. There's a poll on my pinned tweet on Twitter, twitter.com/ or just at JaredBearVII. There will be one on the IG with the same handle, and then both Discords. There's a public one that's in the description box. There's a private one that's for Patreon only. That's there. The post is also on Patreon for Patreons only. And yeah, That's the shows, baby. So feel free to comment down below, and may the best show win. The show that wins will start on August 15th. Should start. First step, season 1, episode 1 should be August 15th. That gives us time to watch all of the 100 and then wrap it up with the season 7 recap, the character rankings, full show recap, trailers, bloopers, maybe some tribute reactions, and then we'll be ready to go. So until then, hopefully your favorite show wins. Links and everything will be in the description box down below. Playlist will be up on screen. As always, stay cute, stay hydrated, and I will catch you on the next one.